Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So today I just want to talk about something. Just wanted to let it off my mind and all. About the election in Nigeria, 2023 election. And about Mr. Peter decision then before he chose a vice presidential candidate. And I don't have any problem with the vice presidential, but this is about an opinion I gave, and I don't know if this video should come from the angle of gender or the angle of leadership or the angle of women empowerment. I don't know the angle it's coming from, but all I just want to say is just the whole thing. It just summarizes maybe human nature or the reality of things. So even before this election hit and obedience stuff, I made a suggestion on Facebook. I wanted to make this video to be a Facebook live on my profile, but for posterity's sake, I just feel okay, it should just be, it's better off on YouTube here. Okay. So there was a time as at 2022 when Mr. Peter declared his intention to run for the presidential election. And there was, when he got the ticket and all, there was a whole lot of trying to choose a vice presidential candidate, someone that is in the Labour Party and things like that. And it was getting like it was kind of taking time, but as obedience and as people, we said, okay, no problem, he needs to have all the time he needs to have to make the right choice, and whatever choice he even makes, we are there in support of him and all. So in June 2022, to be precise, June 13th, 2022, I made a post on a public platform, and I said I recommend that Mr. Peter Obi should pick a northern female as a running mate for the 2023 election. And I had a hashtag I am obedient. That was just my own sincere opinion, because I used the word female running mate as a 2023 election simply because I knew that with the will of the people, it wasn't about the way the election was already turning out, the way Mr. Peter Obi's declaration, it was no longer a thing of normal way politics again. It was now the will. People wanted Mr. Peter Obi to be our president. So regardless of if he even had a vice presidential candidate or if he did not, what was going to happen was going to happen. People were still going to vote for him. So, but I felt it was a good thing to have history, since Mr. Peter Obi's created, to have history of a vice presidential candidate in Nigeria, because I know that women's representation in politics and all and leadership is not so like is not high, but there are competent women out there, even though they are few. But the reason for this video is I want to read out the kind of comments I got, and that's why I said initially, like, I don't know if this is a gender thing, but whatever it is, it's just the normal reality of human existence, or whatever, Nigerian politics or the whole thing. So these are the kind of comments I got. This was in June. I made this post June 13, 2023, because 2022, because it was in my mind, and I was like, I can't just keep quiet and see the election go like that without voicing what I think. So I made that post, and these are the comments. I'm going to read it out. Someone said, I won't support that. Another person said, not no value woman, no. And that person said, Muslims don't value women. They belong to the kitchen and other room. Before I continue reading the comments were like, when I saw this comment, I was like, geez, wow, it just dawned on my reality of how a whole lot of men think and regard women. It's not my, I know that a whole lot of women don't even care about leadership or politics, but there are women out there that want it. So you wouldn't use because maybe you have a wife or a sister that is very nonchalant or doesn't care, or you wouldn't use that to paint a general picture about women. There are women out there that are struggling, that are pushing forward, that want to be there. So if a majority of the women don't care, it doesn't exclude the fact that there are women that don't want. No, there are women that are well involved in leadership and politics. There are women of integrity out there. So if as a man you feel is not supposed to be done, it's none of my business. I'm going to go back to the comment that said not no value woman. No, this was July. This was June 2022, right? Not no value woman. But I just want to use this video too to also send a word of encouragement to women out there that are breaking barriers in whatever form. Say not no value woman. No. But recently, a woman from the north, it's not even from the west or east, won governorship election in the north. She won governorship election in the north. This same north that say not no value woman. I know it's not as if I'm not aware of all the things that are happening. Yeah, I am aware. But what I'm saying is that you don't rule out the fact that women cannot achieve that, or women don't want to be in politics, or women don't want to be in leadership. Yes, we know politics and leadership is a tough game, but the same way that there are tough men out there, there are tough women out there. So you can't rule it out. Not no value woman, no, but the first elected governor in Nigeria is a woman, and coming from the north, not even from the east or the west, from the north. From the north. I'm reading the comments. Muslims don't value women, they belong to the kitchen and other room. That's what someone said. And mind you, the comments were coming from men. Mostly men were commenting on this. And you know what? Do you know the conclusion I drew from this? The same way their tribal was, that's the same way their gender was too. Men were commenting. And what I deduced from this was that men are feeling like they are threatened. Because, they feel, okay, they are the ones that have been in politics now. Women will come and start struggling with the position with them, blah, blah, blah. Because it's a competition. That's what human life is. That's what human reality is. So, I saw this comment and it was just men. Like, men feel like women want to come and take their position. It's not your position. It's a position for anybody that is credible enough to be there. Leadership is a position for anybody that is credible enough should be there. The comments were hateful comments. I'm not in support of people, any gender talking against any gender, maybe women talking against men or men. I'm not in support. I'm in support of fairness. Another person said, no, he will miss the train. Most of the North have myopic and antiquated view and believe that women should not occupy very high office, whether educated or a herdsman. They all share that belief. Yes, we know, but what I came from impossibility. Just the way Nigeria felt it was impossible for a party other than APC or PDP to contest for for presidential election. That's the same way I believed that the impossible can be done. And when I deduced that it was the major driving factor of people was will. They wanted this. They were tired. Anything could happen. And I want to even outrightly say here that even if Mr. Peter Obi had a vice presidential candidate or not, people were still going to vote for him, whether he had a vice presidential candidate or not. It was just maybe because it's part of the law, but whether he chose a vice presidential candidate, with the wave of which I have seen, I wouldn't really want to say much about it, but right since when these things started happening around May, I already felt deep within my heart that this thing was possible. Right since then, that was when I felt deep in that it was possible. And it happened to be that a party without anything still pulled the highest votes in a presidential election. Not a party that did not have all the old structure that I've been building for years. I really understand that structure is needed. It's important. But I know that what would beat structure is love. What would beat any other thing is that people want it to happen. So this person said most of the North have myopic and antiquated view and believe that women should not occupy very high office, whether educated or herdsmen. Even if Mr. Peter Obi, like I said, did not have a vice presidential candidate, he's going to have. I'm fully in support of the vice presidential candidate, which is Mr. Dati. I'm fully in support of him. He's a person of integrity together with Mr. Peter Obi. But why I'm making this video is because I shared an opinion and a lot of men wanted to put women down. And that's why I'm making this video. That even if you try to put women down because they are going to, it's about competence. If you are contesting for an election, if you're a man, you're contesting for an election, and a woman is contesting too, it's competence that is going to win. You dare not tell the other person to not compete because you dare not. That's why I'm making this video. You dare not. If you feel threatened, you walk up on your game. You double your game. That is why it is about competence. It's about integrity. It's about competence. It's about integrity. So we could even see that even with the whole trying to get the North in the side, Mr. Obi, Mr. Dati, even his own constituent, they didn't win. And I'm not about constituent policies or winning a constituent. I even made a tweet. I don't have a problem. We love him mad, we love him scatter. We love him as a northerner. Anybody that's like we love. I don't care whether you're from the west or the north. I don't care. Just let someone that cares about the welfare of every Nigerian should just be there. And yes, I was fully in support of this. But I'm sharing this video because I got comments that were like degrading, and it was degrading because it was coming from mostly men. It was coming from mostly men. We know the struggle of how Mr. Peter Obi was trying to choose a running mate. Simply because we are also concerned that he chooses a running mate of integrity too. And of which we know that the Labour Party then did not have so many people in it. We know politics. Most of the prominent people were in other parties, of which even women too, they were in other political parties that they wouldn't come. Even women from the north, they wouldn't come. You get, they were in they were in APC, they were in PDP. They wouldn't want to join the Labour Party, and it's totally fine. But that wasn't it. There was something driving the movement. Nigerians are tired of bad governance. Nigerians want a credible leader. Nigerians wants a leadership of integrity. So that they know that this person there is working for everybody. And I'm sure that even though things get over, this person is working for everybody. That is the hope that Nigerians bought into. That's the hope that Nigerians believe in. Someone said, God forbid, make them handle menstrual pain finish first. I said, oh, well, women are strong. We pass through a lot. Biologically, yes. We pass through a lot and we come out from it. But that doesn't mean that any position we want to occupy, we will not still get it. Because if you talk about intellectual prowess or putting a woman together with a man in an academic setting, when both of them, it's the person that knows the thing that will pass. So that is it. So you can't now tell me when it now comes to leadership and governance, you're not coming to do women. It's not done. It's not done. I'm making this message that if you're a man, if you're listening to it, don't try it. Don't try it. If you feel threatened, keep your threats and walk up your game. The same way women are walking up their game to wherever. But don't come and try to talk that and think that it never, when I saw this comment, it never brought me down. I even had to post it. Because it was from my Facebook. I sent that post. I had to post it on my Twitter and look at the kind of degrading comments men were saying. I was like, my observation is, what kind of men are these people? What are they raising? What kind of children are they raising? What kind of girls are they raising? Because if men are commenting this type of thing, what kind of girls are you raising? What kind of children do you want to raise? I understand the reality of things that happen. Yes, a lot of things have pressured, but that's where everybody is trying to build a fair and just society for both genders, for everybody. That is why we're trying to build a fair and just society. Because if men of people like this could comment things like this, what kind of girls, their girl child, because some of them are even married, like 30, in their 30s or 40. What kind of girl child do they want to raise? What kind of male children do they want to raise? And these same male children will come to this society and come and be doing anyhow. And that's why you still keep saying, because it does not just fit my intelligence. If we want an equal society, women will give up some privileges that are so much to them. Men too will give up some privileges to. Everybody's going to meet themselves in the middle. Someone said, my mind. Okay, this person said truly that this is what is in their mind. I know that a lot of people did not want to speak up about this because maybe people are going to bully them or shout at them. And this also comes to another thing about cyberbullying and all, of which I'm going to make another video, but it's not for today. Someone actually said my mind, which means this person thinks in the same line. And that person said, stop posting what is older than you. I live in the north for more than 30 years. In fact, to them, it is a taboo. It's a taboo. It's your business. This same north you've been living in 30 years. This same north brought out the first governor in Nigeria. The first female governor. The West, that we feel like the West is more liberal, the East is more liberal, they regard me more. I've not brought out governorship. I've not brought out a governor. No, female has not won governorship ticket. Yeah, this same north that is a taboo, that yes, their women are this, is the same first people to bring out a female governor in Nigeria, elected female governor in Nigeria. I don't care about the political party the person belongs to for now. I don't care. As long as that is it. So don't try to drag somebody down. My point is that they shouldn't, men or whatever, don't try to drag a woman down that is aspiring for leadership or political position simply because you feel the person should leave the position for him. And we don't care. You don't tell us to leave position for you. You don't. You will tell. It's just like telling you to leave it for us. No, we are like, it's an equal field. It is who dances well that wins, regardless of whatever you think you are. Someone else said, Northerners don't value their female politician. Let him continue with talks with Kwakwa and see if there will be alliance. So that's what this video is about. That's what this video is about. So as it is, I'm also using that as a form of encouragement. Women that are interested in politics and leadership, stand up, keep on going, keep on fighting for what you want. Don't allow any talk to bring down, because the impossible, anything can happen. Yes, you have to learn, you have to grow, you have to, yes, it's a work in it, is a work, is a task. If you're up to the task, do it. Any task you feel you're up to, if you're a female mechanic or whatever, if you feel that is what you want to do and you can combine it, you can use it to do, and that is what you don't allow it stop you, go and do what you want to do. Go and pursue what you want to do. If it's aerospace, if anything that you feel, go. If you're a man too, as a man, you feel between God and man, there are some tasks that some people shame me for. There are some things that people shame me. People shame me for crying. People shame me for maybe liking to be in the kitchen to cook and prepare, or there's some, do what you have to do that makes you happy. Don't allow anybody bring you down, because you don't know where the other person's happiness is coming from. That's why I said everybody needs to meet at the middle. Everybody has to meet at the middle. You see a lot of, people control themselves simply because they have learned how to, but you see some other parties, they don't know how to control their temperament because they were not taught how to. You see people, when they are sad, they will cry it off. It's not because they cannot act on it, but because maybe crying it off makes them safe. But some other people, they wouldn't, because of how society has maybe made them feel, they cannot cry it off, and you see them committing crimes. So everybody has to learn, and everybody is going to grow. You don't talk down another person. The thing here is find the place that accepts you and keep fighting for what you want. Because if you keep quiet, you might find yourself in a situation where you don't like it. I don't even know the right word to use. But this message is to every man in any position, whether leadership or governance. So don't dare, I repeat, do not dare talk down on a woman that is aspiring to be there on the basis of that she's a woman. Everybody is only allowed to talk down on anybody only on the basis of competence. Only on the basis of competence. If a woman builds her competence to the same level to compete with the man, you are on the same equally. Just that maybe before a woman, like sometimes because of the reality of how everything, before she attends to child, all those things. So, but if she builds her competence, you dare not say because of she's this. No, you dare not. The same way as a woman, I would dare not like talk down on man on the basis of competence. If we are both competent, we will struggle for that same thing. Thank you very much. Until my next video. Bye.